Kristi. So today I'm gonna do a nutrition vlog. So one thing that I think people think about when they think of healthy eating is that it's boring and bland, but actually it doesn't have to be boring and bland. I love tacos, so it's like, man, how can I eat tacos more than one time a day and keep them super healthy? So one of my favorite go-tos is actually breakfast tacos. I will either do it as a later breakfast, or I'll even do it as lunch or even dinner. Again, they're really great for any time of the day. Just because it says breakfast tacos doesn't mean you can't eat it for dinner. So I'm gonna take you through my favorite breakfast taco recipe and how I make it and what's exactly in it. And it's a really good way to get some veggies in for your breakfast as well. Okay, so this is a really easy meal, especially if you watched my meal prep video last week. So basically what I'm doing is taking most of the items that I used for meal prep on Sunday and I'm combining them with some eggs and some corn tortilla shells to make some amazing, delicious tacos. So what I'm starting with is my asparagus. So I roasted my asparagus in the oven. It's already done, it's already cooked. It was from my meal prep. My peppers, same thing, roasted in the oven. I have yellow, orange, and red. My steamed broccoli, I actually just steamed some fresh because I ate all of it from last week. And then potatoes. So you could do rice. Sometimes when I'm bored of potatoes, I'll throw rice in. I'll do my red skin potatoes. I'll do my roasted sweet potatoes. But today I am using my Paleo Power Meals sweet potato fries. All they are is just roasted sweet potatoes just in the form of a French fry, or they look like a French fry. So they're gonna add a lot of delicious flavor. And I think my ultimate favorite in the breakfast taco is actually the sweet potato with the veggies. It just brings out a lot of flavor and tastes delicious every single time. So the first thing that I do is I bring my pan to the stove. I usually use like a clarified ghee butter for my pan or an olive oil spray, whatever I have to make sure my eggs don't stick, because I think I drive my husband crazy when my eggs are sticking. It ruins the pans. So from here, I'm gonna do either usually 1 egg and 3 egg whites or 2 eggs and 2 egg whites, just depending on where my fat is for the day and how much I need. Today I'm gonna do 2 eggs and 2 egg whites. So I'm just gonna crack my first egg. So I've cracked my 2 eggs. Now I'm gonna do my egg whites. A lot of people ask how I do my egg whites. You could buy the egg whites, or I just crack one and then I use the shell to scoop out the yolk. And then I'll just toss it away. Turn this on to low. So again, I just crack my egg, I let it all go in, and then I just take a piece of the shell to scoop out the yolk. So I just like to scramble my eggs. I'm gonna cook them on low to make sure they don't cook too fast. But you could do them however you want. If you want to make them like an omelet and then chop them up at the end, all of it's fine. I just really like mine scrambled in my breakfast tacos. So I turned the burner to low so these can cook slowly while I get my veggies set up. So the next piece, use this burner, is gonna be all of my veggies. So really all I'm doing is combining and heating them up. So just a little bit of olive oil. Again, I'll turn this on to low. And then I'm gonna take everything and dump it in here. I've just combined, so I cut up all my broccoli. I like to take the stems off, so it's just the florets. I think it tastes better in the breakfast taco when you don't get a thick stem. And then I sliced up my asparagus, so they're in small pieces. My peppers were already roasted in small pieces. And then I chopped up my sweet potatoes. So now I've got this really awesome veggie scramble, which is gonna serve as a good base for my tacos and a really easy way to get veggies into your breakfast, and also a large amount of veggies. So when I'm eating my veggies, I like to think 2 or 3 fists per meal. So if you look at that, that accomplishes about 2 to 3 fists per meal of veggies. All right, so next is time for the tortillas. So we're almost done. I moved my eggs to another burner. I put them on low so they're just staying warm and they're not overcooking. The veggies are continuing to heat and warm up, and even the potatoes will get a little crispy. From here, I've got my tortillas. So I like corn tortillas. I stay away from flour. When I flip them over and I choose mine, I just try to pick as little ingredients as possible. These are actually from somewhere local in Columbus, so they do have an expiration date, which I also like, and they need to be kept in the fridge. So it doesn't have a long shelf life and they're not just sitting in the pantry. So I usually do about 3. Some days when I'm really hungry, I'll eat 4. But basically we'll put them into our cast iron skillet. So there was 1, 2, and 3. And then from here, I'm just gonna let it heat slowly. So I'm gonna turn this on, and this entire pan will start to get warm. So it'll help me kind of cook all around the sides. While these are cooking, I'm gonna come back to my veggies. Just keep stirring, making sure they're not burning, but they're getting nice and warm and they're getting crispy. All right guys, so once your tortillas are warmed up, I have this little special taco thing that we really like to use. So I'm gonna put each taco in one of these things. I'll just start with one. So the next piece that I'm gonna do is actually put my eggs in first. I don't know, some days I put the veggies in first, but today I feel like putting the eggs in first. So I just scoop, I think I'm gonna have 3 tacos, so I tried to divide my eggs in thirds. So I'm just gonna fill the bottom part of the shell with some egg. Up next is gonna be the veggies and the sweet potatoes. So you still get a little bit more carbs, but you can see everything's combined together. So I'm just gonna, again, try to get a little scoop here. Loading it up with trying to get a little bit of everything. So I've got sweet potatoes, peppers, broccoli, asparagus. I like to fill my tacos up really big. And from there, I will dice my avocado. So depending on where I'm at with my macros or what time of day I'm eating this, if I'm eating this as a meal not directly after a workout or also not directly right before, then I'll do a little bit more fat. So I did do 2 eggs today, so this will have a higher fat meal, so this would be something I'm not eating directly after or right before. So I'll take this half of an avocado. It's probably somewhere around 50 grams to 60 grams of an avocado, which will have about 12 grams of fat. I'll split that over my entire 3 tacos. So I just slice it long ways, and then I go across, and then I can squeeze or use my knife just to get a little bit out. So just adding, I love avocado, I love guacamole, so just adding a little bit to each taco. So once I've done that, now comes the spinach. I know, more veggies, right? I love veggies, and I think veggies make me feel good. So I try to add veggies to every single meal. This isn't very much spinach, but I'm just gonna sprinkle the top with a little bit of spinach. And then I love the salsa verde mild salsa. I try to read the label and just make sure there's nothing too crazy in here, so it doesn't have a bunch of added sugar or anything like that. And this is one of Patrick and my absolute favorite right now. We'll switch it up. Always keep switching things up. Keep it constantly varied, just like your fitness, and that's what keeps healthy eating tasting good and interesting. So I'll just finish it off by adding just a little bit of this. You don't need a whole lot, just enough. The veggies have enough flavor, the sweet potatoes have flavor, eggs taste good, and you've got avocado, so this is one delicious meal. I promise you will love it. All right, so this, you can see, is one of my absolute favorite meals. You don't need the taco holders. I just really like them, and we think it's fun because we feel like we're eating out at a restaurant. You'll notice I also have a fork. I filled these suckers up as much as I possibly could because you want it to be a really filling meal and you want it to be delicious. So I always have a fork on the side because I end up just eating it, the rest of it off of my plate, which is so delicious. Macro-wise, these probably have, so 2 tortillas have about 25 grams of carbs. We did 3, so we're close to 37, 38 grams of carbs with a little bit of sweet potatoes in there. So probably closer to 45 or 50 grams of carbs for this meal. The eggs, I've got 4 eggs in there. 2 full eggs with the avocado is gonna be close to 20 grams of fat, and then the protein sitting probably between 20 and 25 grams. I didn't calculate the spinach and the veggies and things like that, which mainly have carbs, very low carb density, so they don't really skew it a whole lot. So I guess 50 grams probably on the high side for the carbs. But again, something delicious, something easy. You don't have to add all of these veggies. You could do the tortilla shell with the sweet potatoes and pick one veggie. Maybe you pick roasted peppers with your eggs, your avocado, and your salsa. I think trying to get as many vegetables together as you can and figure out ways to incorporate vegetables into your meal are ultimately gonna give you more energy and make you feel better for the rest of the day. So trying to not skip a meal or not have a meal without having some sort of veggie in that meal should be your goal. For more videos, make sure you guys like and you subscribe. I'm really excited. So I talked a lot about adding veggies into your meals. So next week, or upcoming, what we're gonna show you is how to actually build a meal and how to portion size without weighing and measuring. You guys shouldn't be locked to your scale. You shouldn't have to worry about that, but you should still be able to look at your meal and be like, wow, I have a really good portion sizing for my size. So that's what we're gonna go over next week. So make sure you guys like, you subscribe, and you don't miss that video. It'll drop soon.